Horses in Battlefield 1, probably one of the most talked about and anticipated features of the entire game, and their inclusion is something that DICE have had to work really hard on to even achieve, and even more so to make them feel authentic and useful on the battlefield. But I've got some tips for you today on how to use the horses during the open beta so you can get the best action possible and really get the hang of them. A massive thank you to Arex for providing me with the footage for this video today. His channel link is in the description. Make sure you go and check him out. The first tip that I can give you is learn your weaponry. If you spawn into the map on a horse, as in from the deploy screen you select the horse and spawn in, you'll find yourself equipped with the cavalry loadout. And this consists of a rifle, in this case you have the Winchester 1895, a saber as your secondary, med packs, ammo packs, and an anti-tank grenade. These weapons will be what you spawn with and die with during that life. If you choose to dismount the horse and go on foot, you'll stick with this kit. The rifle is really helpful for pulling off some longer range hits against infantry and other riders as well, but be aware you will need to slow down to reload your rifle. You can't do that at full canter. The saber can be a very deadly weapon, slashing infantry as you fly past, but perhaps the most helpful tool to the rest of your team is those ammo and health packs. As you ride around the battlefield, you're able to drop those as you ride past friendlies to keep them topped up with bullets and plasters and keep them in the fight. Next, speed isn't everything. It might be really tempting to go off at full gallop across the desert in search of your next victim, but you're probably going to find it easier to take down players when you're not riding so fast, especially when you're using the saber. Line up your target, gallop towards it, and as you come in close, slow down and give yourself time to land the swipe kill that you want. Or you can just trample the poor guy to death. But again, you'll find it much easier to get the kill if you're not going so fast. It gives you a little bit more thinking time, and then you can actually action what you're thinking in your head. The horses themselves will try and help you during your fight, sometimes jumping over large pieces of cover like rocks, walls, or even tanks. They'll also react to the environment as well, shying away from barbed wire or stopping with an animation in cover that's too big for them to jump over. It takes a little bit of practice to know what the horse can and cannot do, but within a few rounds you'll cover the basics and you'll be ready to adapt to the situation should it be required. A horse in Battlefield 1 is of course a big object as well, and when you decide to jump on top of it, you'll make it an even bigger target. If you spawn in as a horse, you will be given some armor plating underneath your clothes to help you absorb some of the damage that players will inflict on you. Without the armor, you die extremely fast and see your killer riding off on your horse in the kill cam, and that's no fun for anybody. Try and use as much solid cover as you can when riding. Just because you're moving faster and looking epic, that doesn't mean you should become reckless and charge in when you know loads of enemies are just waiting for you. Use the cover that you have and maybe try and flank players rather than going full on into gunfights head first. You'll have plenty more success flanking a player than you would running straight at them. The horse itself has its own health values, which greatly exceed the player sitting on top of it. So to stop a horse in its tracks, you're better off going for the player and trying to kill them than you are the horse. Be careful though, horses can still trample players after their rider has been killed. They'll slowly come to a stop, but until that point, it's best just to stay out of their way. Horses are a lot of fun in Battlefield 1, but it will take you a little bit of time to become familiar with the controls and the weaponry, and how best to use them out there on Sinai Desert. The tips today should help you, but really, it's all about practice. Spend some time getting to know them, and you'll be crushing people into the ground in no time. Thank you very much for watching. Leave me some comments down below, and until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.